Hi, and welcome back to the FreeFormKnits YouTube channel. I'm Haxann Evers, a knitting and crochet who's freeform ways to craft a lot to the world to design. All the places you can find me below listed right down below this video. This is my channel where I talk about knitting, crochet, designs, all that fun stuff. So if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos. I upload twice a week here on YouTube, every Tuesdays and Fridays, and I'd love to have you continue to join me for all these crafting rants. So we are podcast episode 58, maybe? I have no idea. I never do. We are Wednesday, near the end of June. I don't remember the dates. I'm really bad at that. But I wanted to come on here quickly. I don't have a lot of works in progress, but I do have quite a few finished objects, which if you've been watching for a while, you can see behind me and you can see what I'm wearing. So we're just going to jump right into finished objects. So the first finished object is my Sweet Summer Tea by Evelyn Peter Crochet. So I can't believe I finished this. I really didn't think I would. I wanted to get the front panel done, but after getting to the separation for this little neckline detail, it just flew. So I finished it and I'm super happy with it. So this pattern, I'm confused about the gauge and the yarn. I thought it called for a fingering or DK. The yarn I used was Yarn Bee's Soft and Sleek DK. And I had only used less than 2 skeins, so I had quite a bit left of the second skein, and this is quite an oversized top. You can see it's just done in panels, a little bit of edging to kind of create this sleeve effect. So my gauge was a little bit off of this pattern. I did do the second size, and I think I tweaked it in such a way that I got the measurements I needed for whatever my size was originally. I don't remember. This pattern's really easy, really simple. The only thing I don't like about this pattern is that it gives row by row instructions. And there's a loud noise outside. I apologize. It gives row by row instructions and not the individual measurements for how long you should make each piece. So like that made it kind of hard to like adjust it for your own length and own neckline depth. So I had to like figure out that the neckline shaping was done in 21 rows, and so I ended up actually doing the back first to decide how long I wanted my top, and then figured out, okay, 21 rows for the neckline shaping, kind of played with the numbers that way. So that was kind of inconvenient, and if you are just a beginner crocheter, maybe that's like you don't want to do that, because you do need to kind of understand, you know, like your own measurements and just how she constructed hers. So that was a little bit of a hassle, but it's okay in the end. I'm really happy with this neckline shaping. I have a thing about necklines. I really like this shape. I will admit that it didn't look right when I first did it. You have to do this like edging around it to kind of smooth it out, but once you do that, it looks really great. So if you can't tell, it's done under this really light yarn on a 5.5mm hook. So it's very light and kind of see-through. I have a tank top underneath. But I'm pretty happy with it. I would definitely consider making another one. So I did have to seam the sides. I did a pretty good job. I did just a single crochet seam. I'm happy with the drop shoulder effect. Like, I achieved that because that's something I don't always achieve in my makes. So overall, I'm super happy with this project, and it's not the only thing I finished. Oh no, I finished other things, and here they are right here. So the first one, you didn't even see this last time. This is a basic tee by Hooked on Homemade Happiness. I have not woven in the ends, still a stitch mark on it. I just got some more I Love This Cotton. I don't remember the colorway, but just in this pretty variegated orange, which I have to say is not really my color, but I do surprisingly like it. I like the variegated tones of the tops. I think they just look better on me than like a solid color. This top is kind of like the opposite of this one in the sense that it's a little bit cropped, it's tighter, it's a circular yoke. But I really like it. I'm surprised how much I like this top. I think that in the pattern she just makes it a regular t-shirt length, but just for yardage, I did 3 skeins of I Love This yarn, I Love This Cotton, which comes in only 85 grams. So really like this one. I did this on a 5mm hook. It's so soft and just a really great top. So I started this and finished this in one day. So that was pretty cool. I am really happy that I'm finally making tops that I'm gonna wear, because there was a period of time where every top I made failed. So I got that done. I started and finished that in one day. Not kidding about that. It was really cool. And I also finished this shawl. and I'm so happy with it. So I started the shawl a few episodes ago. I did this whole section, and then I was debating about what colors I needed to get to finish the shawl. And I was gonna go with like a cream and then a pop of color, but in the store I just saw these two kind of next to this one, and it fit for me. So I did debate which one to go first. I decided on the blue in the end, and then ended with this little bit of purple with a more scalloped edge because I'm obsessed with scalloped edges. So this is a super fun shawl. It's this huge crescent shape, and I did stop increasing at one point to get a little bit more depth, and it's just like the perfect crescent shape. Like, it just fits so well. I love it. I love it so much. The yarn is, this one is Crafter's Secret Big Idea, and then this one is used 1 skein of Yarn Bee Soft and Sleek, and then this used a little bit of a skein of Soft and Sleek. I don't remember the colorway names for any of these, but yeah, awesome. I did this one on a 6mm hook. 6mm hook is like one of my favorite hook sizes. If you couldn't tell, 5 to 6mm hook. I love those hooks, and worsted weight yarn. So much fun. So this was a lot of crocheting alone, but I did more. I don't know, like there was just a period of days where I finally had a bunch of projects on the go that I was motivated to work on, and just worked on them literally every second I got, and it was so much fun. So I actually have a half finished object here. This Shorty Sock, which I haven't seen in ages. I finished the first one. I really love this sock. I have a few hang-ups about the stitch pattern and just the fit, so I have not cast on the second one. I debated with myself whether or not I wanted to. I decided to put it on hold for a little bit just because there were a few things about it. Like, I knit the sock to be my size, and yet it is still a little bit tighter than lengthwise than I would like, and I think that has to do with the stitch pattern. This is just going on hold for a little bit, but I'm happy I got the first sock done. So this is just a super pretty Shorty Sock done out of Knit Picks Stroll Tunnel in the Blue Violet colorway, I think, or the Manatee. I think Manatee. No, Blue Violet. I don't remember. But I did get that done too. Let's put that there. And then I cast it on a sock because that's what you do. I also did knit the toe of my toe-up sock that I'm making. But I haven't touched it since, so there's not much progress to report on that. But I did start just a plain vanilla DK weight sock out of this yarn, Baby Bee Sweet Delight Prints in the watercolors, just to have a nice vanilla project on the go. My yarn is like tangled in my thread, my bag, I don't know. I think I'm at the heel now, so I need to knit the heel. But it's just nice to have when I'm in the mood for a vanilla project. And so I cast that on and knit that pretty quickly in this bag here. And then the only other two works in progress. So I have one that I just started, and then this one right here was a work in progress last time. I wanted to get to the sleeve separation, and boy did I do that. This is my helical top I'm making. I'm using 3 different skeins of DK weight yarn. I now only have 2 because I ran out of 1. So this one, and I blended them together using the helical method of knitting, so they kind of look like one colorway. You can kind of see the stripes. It doesn't show up on camera. You can kind of see the stripes of the colors. Now I'm just doing the 2 colors helical knitting, which is blending even better, but I wouldn't have gotten this far if I'd only just used these 2. So I only just started, ran out of the 3rd color, so it was like right here. I have to decide the length of this top. I have to decide the edging, and I think I'm rethinking this blue for the edges. I kind of liked it, but the more I look at it, the more it looks very like young, childish, and just not the look I was going for. So I think I'm going to take out this ribbing and just do a gray. As boring as that sounds, I think it's the only complementary color I have in my stash for the edges. So I'm going to be taking out this ribbing and figuring that out. But this is almost done. It's done out of DK. I think I'm using an 8 needle to get a really loose gauge. Yep, US 8, 5mm. So this is kind of on, I have to like decide things for it, so I haven't picked it up in a while. I was working on it yesterday, but I had a little bit of a cut on the side of my finger, so it was hard to knit because of how I hold my yarn. So I had to cast on a different project. You know, what can you do? Sometimes you just have to work on something else. I cast on a crochet project so I wouldn't keep scratching my finger open. And this project I'm really happy about. I have had this idea for a long time and I finally have the yarn for it. I am making a corner to corner crochet cardigan. Here it is so far. I'm working on the back. I started this yesterday. I used up 199 grams of yarn, 1 skein of I Love This yarn in the orchid colorway, just 100% acrylic. I was going for a drop shoulder, but I have to measure. I recently made like a pullover drop shoulder, and I thought it was 20 inches. I thought this was 20 inches too, but this looks narrower. Even though I measure it, it says 20 inches. So like I'm concerned that maybe this is too small for me, and the effect I was going for. So I might make it, but I don't want to, like if I make the drop shoulder too narrow, then I'll end up having to do short rows, and I don't want to do that. So I have to measure against that sweater and see if this is right. Otherwise I have to go back to where I stopped increasing and increase a little bit more. But this is super nice. I have this little progress keeper on here from Knit Picks, this pretty crystal that matches, right? I picked the purple one. Yeah, it's super pretty. I love their enamel stitch markers. I'm using a 6mm hook for this, and so yeah, I have to measure that and then finish this panel, and then I can make the fronts and the sleeves. It'll be so much fun. So I just started that yesterday and just powered through it because I love the corner to corner method so much. It's so much fun to do. I have really been wanting to actually pick up my corner to corner scrappy blanket. I just haven't gotten around to that because it's quite big already and it's in a basket full of other scraps, so I have to just kind of plan a good time to take it out and work on it. But this is a good intermediate step to that because I love the corner to corner method. I want to do so much with it. It's just so much fun to me to do that method. I'm really happy with how much I've progressed in crochet this year alone. Like I don't think I've ever before in my years of knitting and crocheting, I've been knitting and crocheting for around 10 years both, and I've never really had such an even division of devoting time to knitting and crochet, especially design wise. So it's so much fun to be doing that. I've learned so many different stitch patterns this year alone, and like the corner to corner crochet method I'm obsessed with. I don't know why I didn't learn it sooner. It's so much fun and I'm having so much fun with it, and I hope you have fun listening to me ramble about it because it's so much fun. So that is actually everything I have to talk about in this episode. As you could see, I just finished a bunch of things, and so I have to like replan and cast on new things because that's what you do. And so those will be new whips upcoming. So thank you so much for joining me today. If you could take a moment and comment down below something you were working on, I would love to hear about it. Thanks so much for joining me, and I will see you in the next video. Happy crafting!